Chapter 7, Carnival on Fire. You and your team are scrambling into the engine, just determined to stop the arsonist's newest attack. I can feel it in my gut. Today's the day we're going to stop the arsonist once and for all. Minutes later, your engine pulls up to the Carnival. First thing you see is a large fire coming out of the ticket tent near the Ferris wheel. As your squad hops off the truck, ready to perform their duties, Phoenix addresses everyone. Latest info says that we have multiple fires in the Carnival, but several other stations are already on site. Our job is to handle the ticket tent, Ferris wheel area, and this fire is quickly spreading. There are several families and young children in danger. Aye, Chief. No waiting around then. Let's get to it. I'll start on the tent fire. And I'll start clearing people from the Ferris wheel. Good. Each of you take a team. As your squad splits into teams to handle the situation, you make your decision which team you want to be on. I'll help Declan with fire, or Lux with the people on the Ferris wheel. Okay, come on, Ridley. Let's get everyone safely off the ride. Flames are licking up the metal frets of the Ferris wheel when you and Lux rush over, and the whole structure groans perilously. We gotta get these people out of there. The loading dock is caught, so we'll have to be careful. Can we get the truck ladder over for some of the higher baskets? No space to move it closer, but it looks like most people evacuated it really got going. Let's give the rest a hand. You and the rest of Lux's team begin helping the rest of the rider safely to solid ground. Luckily, no one's injured, and you work fast as a team, until you notice a young boy frozen, not even trying to get out of his basket. Oh no, he might be in shock. With no time to waste, you lever yourself up to get his baskets and reach for his hand. Son, you've gotta come with me. I'm here to help. But he just stares, wide-eyed as the wheel creaks and flames crackle. We're doing this the hard way then, I guess. You secure your footing, reach for the unresponsive boy, carefully picking him up before getting both of you to the ground with a sigh of relief. As soon as you're safely clear, you look for a paramedic, spot Amelia, and rush the boy over to her. Amelia, I think this boy is in shock. Bring him here. Bring the boy to Amelia, who lays him down and starts gently checking for any injuries. Meanwhile, the boy just stares straight ahead, seemingly oblivious to everything. Good news is no apparent injuries, but he's definitely in shock. We need to find something comforting to help him. What about a breathing exercise? Great idea. Let's all sit on the ground together. You sit on the ground next to the boy and Amelia and place a reassuring hand on his shoulder. Let's all breathe together, okay? Slow, deep breaths. And Amelia breathe an exaggerated deep breaths, hoping the boy will follow. It takes a moment, but eventually he starts breathing in and out at the same cadence as you and Amelia. I think it's working. Smile as the child, as he starts to become more aware of his surroundings, letting out a shuddering breath. You're okay. You're okay. You're safe. Okay. Yeah, where am I? What happened? There was a man. You. We're in a fire, but you're safe now. That's right. I'm sure your throat feels a little scratchy from the nasty smoke, but you'll be fine. Perking up a bit, this boy turns to look at you. You saved me. You carried me out of the fire. Just doing my job. He throws his arms around you, squeezing tightly. Amelia smiles at the display. Look at you, Miss Hero. Are you here with a parent? We found you alone. Slowly, the boy looks around at you and Amelia before answering. My grandpa, he was taking my little sister on the merry-go-round. He told me I could look around, but stay close. I was fine alone, but then It's okay, you're safe now. Come on, let's go to the merry-go-round, and I'll help you find your grandpa. Amelia helps the boy up and starts towards the merry-go-round and turns back to you. Great work, Ridley. You share a relieved smile with Amelia when suddenly the damaged Ferris wheel lets out a loud, sharp creak, and it twists a little as some of the frets holding it stable start to buckle. Ridley, with me now! You race over to the Ferris wheel, hot on Phoenix's heels. Red-hot metal groans and smoking baskets rock precariously. It's coming down. We've got to clear the area. I don't think we can save the wheel, but we can make sure no one's in the way when it falls. Phoenix nods and springs into action. The two of you start forming a perimeter, making sure no one crosses in the area around the base of the wheel. Suddenly a scream cuts through the din. That's coming from one of the wheels. There's still someone trapped up there. Help, please! You have to help us! You and Phoenix see it at the same time. Stuck in a carriage car at the highest point of the Ferris wheel is a pregnant woman and a small girl. Oh no. Lux must not have been able to get to them. The smoke was so thick it was obscured everything. There's only one thing to do, I'm going up. But there's no space to get the truck in here for the ladder. Then I'll climb the damn rigging. Phoenix. I understand, it's the only way. Phoenix looks at you solemnly, seeing how much it pains you to speak those words, to let him go. It's what we're here for, right? To risk our lives for theirs. A flicker of pained tenderness dances across his face, mixed with something like pride. I never wanted you in this job, but at least you understand. Stay here, work the fire, be ready to treat them once we reach the ground. Are you kidding me? I'm going with you. This is a two-person job. Absolutely not. Ray, stay here. That's an order. You get right up in his face, chest to chest, not letting him break eye contact. So, you get to pull the reckless hero card, but I have to play it safe. I'm your best shot at getting yourself and them down alive. Let's argue about it while everyone dies. The air swelters between you, and you know it's more than just the flames that are giving you the feeling of heat in your belly. I'm just so angry at him. When will he take me seriously and let me do my job? Ray, I'm warning you. You meet his glare with your own, and in this exchange, you see his desperation to keep you safe, but also a wavering resolve. You know I'm right, Shay. Of course it's a diamond choice. What else is new? No, you're not. Don't even dream. We don't have time to argue. How are you going to get two people down safely, especially when one is pregnant? You know I can do this, Chief. Fine, follow my lead. And with that, he begins climbing up the flailing frame of the Ferris wheel. You follow behind him, moving as quickly as you can, while still using caution. The climb is treacherous, as pieces are broken off from the heat of the fire, and each step brings more instability. You're hoping you can make it up in time when... Whoa! The Chief reaches for a handhold, but it gives way, and he nearly falls, hanging on by just one hand. Phoenix! He's in trouble. I need to act fast before he falls. You quickly evaluate the situation and come up with two plans that might actually work. Chief, I'm going to climb around you and pull you up myself, push you up so you can reach the higher handhold. No, it's too dangerous. You could fall. I can do it. You just have to trust me. Before you can argue again, you've already scaled the apparatus and positioned yourself below him. Let me lock myself in so I don't fall backwards. You use your carabiner to attach yourself to the frame for the moment, and it tests its strength to ensure it will hold your weight. Okay, Ridley. This will just be like that overhead press. Keep your lower half locked in and push up from your base. You lock both of your feet into the sturdy footholds and position yourself so you can give a boost to Phoenix. Okay, I'm ready. When you're balanced, give me your back foot. I'll push up with everything I have. Alright, here goes. He gives you his foot, and you immediately push up with all of your strength until he's able to grab another handhold. Side by side, hanging off the side of the Ferris wheel, you and Phoenix share a shaky sigh of relief. Guess you really did need me. More than you know, Ridley. A breathless beat passes that has nothing to do with the smoke in the air, but neither of you has time to hesitate. Thank you. You probably just saved my life. For a third time. Well, we've got 3 more lives to save. Let's do this. He rewards you with a soft smile before plunging ahead in the climb towards the carriage. You continue to follow the Chief's path, and soon find yourselves atop the Ferris wheel on the either side of their basket. For the first time, you get a good look at the woman and her daughter. Thank God you're here. I'm scared. As Phoenix works to pry the gate open, you try and calm them down. It's gonna be okay. Can you tell me your names? I'm Beth. And I'm Susie. Good. You're doing great, Beth and Susie. Now, you just gotta hang tight. You've got 2 heroes here to save you. Finally, Phoenix wrenches the gate open, and you both climb into the carriage. It shakes with added weight. Beth and Susie both scream in pain. We can't have them panicking now. I need to keep them calm. As the chief steadies the carriage, you do your best to ease their fears. I need to speak to them. There's no time for, casualness and gentleness, sternly. Okay, eyes on me. We're gonna get you down safe, but we can't have you panic. You need to listen to me and the chief, understand? You look from the woman to her daughter and both nod their heads. Beth squeezes Susie and puts on her best brave face. Your words seem to work. Beth and Susie start taking deep breaths and soon their panic subsides as they trust you to do your work. Okay, Chief, how are we gonna do this? Phoenix looks down, examining the durability of the frame and evaluating the scenarios in his head. We need a tarp. Almost on cue, members of your squad have caught on to your rescue and they are quickly fanning out below, spreading a tarp wide. Looks like we've got some mind readers down there. We got you covered, Chief. We're ready for you, them. Hurry, Chief. This thing's not gonna stay standing forever. Chief locks eyes with you, and you realize immediately what he's thinking. I know Phoenix's plan is, but who should tell Beth and Susie? Technically, it's Phoenix's call, but I also know how blunt his communication skills are. I should tell them myself. As Phoenix is about to speak, you suddenly nod your head no. Luckily, he picks up on your plan. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, Susie. We're gonna drop you into that tarp. It's gonna be like jumping on a big trampoline. Susie's eyes go wide with fear. She looks down at how far it is. Don't worry. It's gonna feel like you're flying, but you'll be okay. Can you be brave for me and your mommy? Susie looks to her mom, who gives her a reassuring nod, then turns back to you. I think I can do it. Good. And Beth, because your pregnancy, the chief and I will carry you back down ourselves. I know it's scary, but we don't have much time. We need to go now. You help Susie to the edge of the carriage. She looks terrified at how high up you all are and how small your squad looks below. You can do it, Susie. You're a brave little girl. Okay, I'm ready. Not waiting another second, you and Phoenix let go of her and let her fall to the tarp. Seconds later, your team has pulled her out, and excited Susie smiles back up from the ground. That was fun! Inside the carriage, Beth breathes a sigh of relief as you and Phoenix both turn to her. Okay, now the three of us need to make it down safe and sound. As soon as the words are out of your mouth, the entire Ferris wheel rattles as if it's on the verge of collapse. Oh my god. We've got to move now. What if you rappel down with Beth, and I'll be your anchor up here, go down ahead of you two, stabilize the safe, but rappel. It's risky. We can do it. Tie in up here, and I'll let out your slack for you as you descend. Worst case is she jumps into the tarp as well if everything goes bad. Without a better plan, and a wheel on the verge of collapse, Phoenix gives in. He ties in and tests how it will hold. This will have to do, Beth. You're with me. Okay, just please be careful. No, we're gonna throw you. Phoenix gathers Beth in his arms and kicks you off of the carriage. A couple heart-pounding minutes later, the two of them alight on the ground safely. Phoenix calls up to you, worry still creasing his brow. Your turn, Ridley. But as you go to rappel, you feel the Ferris wheel give way. You realize it's only a matter of seconds till it falls. Thinking on your feet, you make the call. Good thing they're still holding their tarp. You dive off the failing structure. The wind rushes in your ears, heat, smoke thick around you, and for a moment you don't know if you're even gonna make it before you land perfectly in the center of the tarp. We gotta clear this area now. With everyone free of the structure, you and Phoenix usher Susie and Beth away as fast as you can, and not a moment too soon. With the rest of your team barely clear, the Ferris wheel collapses in on itself, a smoldering wreck of superheated metal. Your squad stays to put out the fire, but you and Phoenix take Beth and Susie to safety. Oh my god, thank you both. You saved our lives. What do you say, Susie? Thank you for saving Mommy and me, and my little brother in my Mommy's belly. Phoenix gets down on one knee and puts a hand on the girl's trembling shoulder. Susie, you are an incredibly brave girl. You are a hero today. It's so sweet to see this tender side of him. Dogs, kittens, children. It's like a sweetheart trifecta. Yeah, and, adults. Phoenix stands up and turns to you, placing both hands on your shoulders. He looks you up from head to toe, the worry in his eyes verging on desperation. You're not hurt, are you, Ridley? Oh, are you guys in love? She looks up at you and Phoenix with bright eyes, and your cheeks heat up as you think of how to answer. Susie, we're very, very close. And that was a very scary situation up there. Susie gives you a look like she's not entirely sold, and you turn to Phoenix. Chief, anything to add? Phoenix looks at you with a wicked smile. I think in addition to being brave, Susie is a very observant girl. Is Phoenix trying to say he's in love with me? Susie smiles as the paramedics take them off to be checked out. You turn to look at Phoenix in the aftermath. I want to feel good about that, but it was a really close call. With a hand on your arm, surreptitiously rubbing a soothing circle. There are always going to be close calls. You have to feel good about them. Because sometimes things won't go our way. And on those days, you have to cling to the memories of when you were able to help. Like the night you saved me? Exactly like that. And the rest of the night after? He laughs dryly. Don't get me started on those particular memories, or I won't be able to finish the job here. Which we should get back to, not that if it isn't important to catch your breath. He clutches your wrist. Really good work, Ray. Let's go do more of it. Go check in with the squad while I get the updates from the other crews, and Ridley, please be careful out there. He doesn't seem to want to let go of your wrist, and eventually you have to pull it away yourself. I will, Chief. You do the same. Phoenix nods and heads off into the chaos while you turn back towards your team. With the main stretch mostly cleared, you venture to the outskirts of the festival, where you come upon Liang clearing debris behind the arcade. Liang, what's going on? People are trapped inside the arcade. The fire is on the open side, so we have to bring them out the back, but the door is blocked by all the debris. Here, let me help. No, I've got it. Is he really rejecting my help at a time like this? Liang, two pairs of hands will work faster. Only if you plan on listening to me. I'll follow your lead. Just let me help you help these people. Liang sizes you up for a moment and nods tersely. Can you get the other side of this beam? As you move quickly to clear a path through the door, the thought of Liang refuses your help irks you. You and me both. People are in danger, and this guy is holding personal grudges in a fire. I need to say something. I don't want to be out of line, but... Can we set aside personal problems when we're working? I respect the fact that you don't like me or Phoenix. That's your prerogative. I just don't want it to affect how we work in a rescue situation. Liang stops for a moment, a look of surprise washing over his face. Ridley, I have no problem with you. Hell, I don't even have a problem with Phoenix. It's just... For a moment, Liang seems lost in something deeply personal until he eventually shakes himself out of it and resumes clearing a path. Never mind. Now's not the time to dwell on the past. Wow. Sounds like there might be more to Liang than I thought. And definitely some kind of history between him and Phoenix. Do you want to talk about it? In a word, no. And he just said it twice now. But as you have to rubble aside from the doorway, he does frown contemplatively, his mind in another place. Soon you're cleared enough debris to mark out a clear path to the back door. Help me knock this door down. Let's get these people out. It takes 3 hard shoves, but you and Liang are able to knock the door open. Billows of smoke and coughing people start to flood out. I'm going to make sure everyone's out and then work on suppressing the flames. You go, find somewhere to be useful. If I stay and help, maybe I can get more details on the issue between Liang and Phoenix. Diamond choice! We'll do it together. You need backup, and one thing I know, no matter what goes down between us out of uniform on the job, I've got your back. Okay, just stay on high alert. There's nowhere for the fire to go in there. If you're not paying attention, it could surround you. Loud and clear, Liang. Now let's get this arcade clear. Liang instructs the arcade goers on where the first aid area is as they stream out of the smoky building, and the two of you plunge into the smoke and flame. First priority is to look for any other victims trapped in here. I'm thinking I hear some voices back there by the skee ball. I hear it too. Come on. Liang forges a path through the oppressive heat and massive debris between you and the frightened voices, and soon they come into view. Help! A sign fell, my leg is caught. It's bleeding so much. Sticking out from beneath the neon sign, the woman's leg is covered in blood. Meanwhile, her father is trying to push a pinball machine off his son. Help! My son is trapped. I don't know if he's... Help, it hurts. We've got you people, really. Which one do you want? You look from the bleeding woman to the trapped boy. I'm gonna help the boy. You quickly make your way to the trapped boy. Meanwhile, you see Liang cleaning the wound to the bleeding woman. If you help me push, I think we can get this machine off of him. Hold on just a moment. I want to make sure there isn't any damage that might be exacerbated when we move it. What's your name, honey? Kaz. Okay, Kaz, you're doing great. I need to examine you real quick, okay? Does anything especially hurt? My shoulder, it got hit by the machine, but I think I'm mostly okay. Are you bleeding anywhere? Not really, some scrapes and cuts. Alright then, I think it's safe to move the machine. Can you give me a hand? You address the father here, and he gives a frantic nod. Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. You and the boy's father lift with all of your might. You're able to move the machine so he can squeeze out. Oh, thank you. Father quickly scoops up his boy and hurries out the door. Right behind them, you see Liang leading the woman to the paramedics. Liang should be right back. I'll finish sweeping for anyone else needing rescued. A few moments later, you determine that all the people have been escorted safely out of the arcade. Now it's time to start on the fire. You both start spraying at the flames with your hoses, sweeping each room as you go through it. Hey Ridley, I'm sorry for turning down your help earlier. I didn't realize what a challenge this arcade would be. I thought I could handle it. So, it wasn't about you stealing all the glory then? Liang laughs as he turns to you. You've got the wrong idea. An image of me in your head, Ridley. And you've got the same with me. Maybe I do. I'm willing to be proven wrong. Well, for starters, I may be strict and by the book, but I happen to think rather highly of you. I think you have a hell of a lot of promise as a firefighter. Phoenix said the same thing. Maybe they're more alike than different. As you and Liang clear another room, you decide to push him a bit on his relationship with Phoenix. So tell me about you and Phoenix. If you like him, as much as you say, why are you two always butting heads? I want to know, is all your beef really about being a chief again? How are your problems all because of how he acts towards me? No, Chief. Liang looks surprised for a moment, and then he smiles sadly. The whole murder, him remaining chief, me having to answer to him. Pardon the pun, but that was all pouring fuel on a relationship that was already very much on fire. You sit with Liang's answer for a long moment, mindlessly hosing down the fire. So, if that's not it, then what is it between you two? Liang turns uncharacteristically sober, as he now, it seems, he's the one mindlessly spraying the flames. He's quiet for a long moment before speaking. I don't like to talk about it, but I'm not sure how much Phoenix told you, but we used to be best friends. Wait, you two best friends? He laughs at the surprise as you continue to work on the fire. Maybe it's hard to believe now, but we used to be thick as thieves. What happened? Again, he pauses for a long time before answering. Someone close to both of us died. A lot of things went to hell after that. Our friendship was one of them. You're both quiet for a long time after Liang's admission. It's clear he doesn't want to say any more. That's probably because it went under Liang's watch and it was his fault. So, that's what tore them apart. I wonder who they lost. When it's clear Liang won't be answering any more of the matter, you turn to him. Liang, thank you for letting me understand you better. I was really wrong about you, and I acted like a jerk about it. It's clear that there's a lot of pain between you and Phoenix, and I won't butt in. Liang lets out a bitter laugh, the rest of his expression carefully blank behind the mask. Not my strong suit letting people get to know me. You and me both, brother. You and Phoenix really do have a lot in common. Glad we could talk about it. Ridley, I really have nothing against you. And as for Phoenix, let's just say that's between us. But I won't hide the fact that I am gunning for his job. I was chief before, and I will be once again. You and Liang finish spraying down the rest of the embers, and he smiles at you. We make a surprisingly good team. That we do, Ridley. I guess I was really wrong about Liang, and it seems there's much more about the relationship with Phoenix that I'm completely in the dark on. I can finish up here, Ridley. Why don't you check on the rest of the squad, see if anyone else needs help? Gotcha. You leave Liang to finish up the arcade and head off in search of your squad. Before you find your squad, you see someone who doesn't belong overlooking the firefighters' efforts. Quickly bash your skull in. It's your only chance. It's like going back to 1940. What? They don't... Butterfly effect be damned. They don't seem hurt or panicked, and they're heading towards the remaining fires, not away. What the... What's that they're carrying? It looks like accelerant. You try to unobtrusively get closer to confirm your guess, but the suspicious individual picks up on your attention. Without hesitation, they dart away and curse you under your breath. Oh no, you're not getting away that easy. You stand on your toes, spot him weaving through the maze of ruined smoking tents and booze. There you are. I should sprint at him, track him stealthily. You're a firefighter in a fire suit, you don't have stealth. You take off running after him, he picks up his pace and stays ahead of you. No, you in the mask, stay where you are. He breaks into a sprint as well, running through a crowd of wounded people getting first aid, eventually ducking into the funhouse. Am I really going to follow a possible arsonist without backup? It's not my job, but I'm not going to let him get away and do this again. You cautiously duck into the funhouse after the arsonist and find yourself in a maze of mirrors. Oh, this is just what I needed. At least it seems this one place that's not on fire yet. You slowly creep along, making your way through the maze, aware that he could attack you from any side. On your toes, Ridley. Who knows what this dirtbag will do? As you turn corner after corner, the only constant is your own reflection. Come on, show yourself. As you come around yet another corner of the maze, you spot him in several reflections with his back to you. There he is, but which one is he? In front of you, there are 3 images of the arsonist, all of them unaware you're behind him, but you'll only have one chance to pick the right one. Oh, come on, at least give me a clue. Committing yourself entirely, you leap at the arsonist, but go crashing through a mirror. Oh no, I guessed wrong. You couldn't chuck something at one mirror and dove at the other one? Luckily, your heavy firefighter suit caught most of the glass, and you only come away with a few cuts and scrapes. Oh, that could have been much worse. You get your wits together and pursue the arsonist, who has already taken off further into the maze. You aren't going to get away, you know. If you make it out of this maze, my squad will catch you outside. If you stay inside, you're all mine. He doesn't answer you. As you move with purpose through the maze, you feel yourself becoming more charged with each step. I want to catch this guy so bad. I'll call out and taunt him, find him by sound, and ambush him. The mirrors are disorienting, but as much as they give arsonists cover, they also provide an opportunity. I'll have to ignore the illusions the mirrors cause and focus on listening. You hear the scuffle of feet and try quieting your own footsteps moving towards the sounds. You hear the footsteps pause, shuffle back in your direction. Looks like someone hit a dead end. You crouch low so your many reflections won't be immediately visible, and when you see him around the corner, hold her right there. You burst out in front of him, and he stumbles back a few feet to see the dead end behind him. You're trapped. Give it up. I'm right where I want to be. He lifts the bottle in front of him, and you assume was some kind of spray bottle for the accelerant. Up close you learn the truth. It's a Molotov cocktail. In a fluid motion, he lights up the cloth, peeking out from the top of the bottle before you can react. Take another step. I dare you. He looks at you coldly, confidently. He holds up the lit bottle. Hey. Go ahead, do your worst, see where that gets you. I'm not afraid of a little heat. You take another calculated step towards the arsonist, seems like a little unsettled by your cockiness. Please, take one more step. I want to light you up like the 4th of July. Oh, do it, I dare you. And if you miss, that's all your cards gone. Your heart's pounding, waiting to see if he'll call your bluff. You really think you can get in my head, don't you? He laughs, and then you have about a split second to act as you realize what's happening. Maybe now they'll pay attention. Oh no. Molotov cocktail arches through the space between you. You dive away from the initial blast, but suddenly your world is a wall of heat, smoke, and crackling glass. You begin to panic as you can't see an inch in front of you, and you see each direction you turn is another mirror. Oh my god. How am I gonna get out of here? Just as you think this might be the end, you hear glass shattering and then his voice. Ridley! You can barely breathe when Phoenix finds you. He throws you over his shoulder and carries you out of the funhouse. Outside, away from the fire and smoke, Phoenix lays you down and hands you a bottle of water. You cough and try to catch your breath. Gradually, your eyes become clear and you can see your squad surrounding you. Phoenix looks down at you, his hands trembling and his eyes frantic. Phoenix, the arsonist, we can't let him get away. He might still be close. If we... You don't get to finish your sentences. Phoenix pulls you tightly to him, embracing you in an all-emotional and powerful hug in front of your entire squad. Shay... Thank God you're okay, Ridley. I thought I lost you. You look up at each member of Engine 57 as they watch you and the Chief embrace. Well, the cat's definitely out of the bag now. I mean, he's hugging a teammate that he thought might have died, or was going to die, or was dead, or whatever way you want to put it. Like, call it just, you know what, hold on. First and foremost, if you did enjoy the video, you know what to do. Also consider checking out the things in the description. Aside from that, yeah, no, okay, so, I don't care who you are, right? Like, if you have a friend that you thought was dead, or was gonna die, or was in danger, and you save them, quite essentially what we did, you would hug them. You'd be like, oh my god, you big dummy, or whatever. They're really not... The cat really isn't out of the bag there. It was a teammate embracing another teammate. Like... anyway, I don't know. Hey, I'm a guy saying this, so, you know, it should really, you know... I don't know... have some weight to it. I'm just saying, it's weird. Other than that, let me know in the comments what you thought about the chapter, and without further ado, I'll catch you later. Peace out.